Welcome to our channel. Today, we're diving into the fascinating world of sociology. You know, sociology, the study of how humans interact, form societies, and create these invisible forces that shape our lives. Get ready to uncover some mind-blowing facts that will change the way you see society, and maybe even how you see yourself within it. We're talking about the stuff they teach in school, the insights that explain why people act the way they do, why societies rise and fall, and why sometimes it seems like the universe has a strange sense of humor. We're going to explore the hidden patterns in everyday life, from the way we form groups to the reasons behind cultural trends. So, strap yourselves in, get ready to expand your minds, and let's embark on this cosmic journey through the lens of sociology. You might just be surprised at what we discover about ourselves along the way. Have you ever noticed how a single broken window in a building can quickly lead to more broken windows? That's the essence of the broken windows theory. It suggests that visible signs of crime and disorder like vandalism or littering can create an environment that encourages more serious crime. Think about it. A broken window sends a message that no one cares, that rules don't matter. This can make people feel like they can get away with anything, leading to more disorder and eventually more serious offenses. It's like a social domino effect where one small act of neglect can have far-reaching consequences. Now imagine applying this to a larger scale to entire neighborhoods. If minor offenses like graffiti or public intoxication are ignored, it can create a sense of lawlessness, making residents feel unsafe and prompting some to move away. This further deteriorates the social fabric of the area, creating a breeding ground for more serious crimes. The broken windows theory isn't about blaming victims of crime or justifying neglect. Instead, it highlights the importance of maintaining order and a sense of community. It underscores the power of addressing small problems before they escalate into bigger ones, of fixing that broken window before it becomes a symbol of decay. By understanding this theory, we can create safer and more vibrant communities. It's about fostering an environment of respect and responsibility, where everyone feels valued and invested in their surroundings. Ever notice how you act a little differently when you know someone's watching? Maybe you straighten your posture, speak more eloquently, or work a little harder. Welcome to the Hawthorne effect. It describes our natural tendency to change our behavior when we're aware of being observed. The name comes from a series of experiments conducted at the Hawthorne Works factory in the 1920s. Researchers were trying to understand how lighting affected worker productivity. To their surprise, they found that productivity increased regardless of lighting changes. Simply, the workers knew they were being studied. It's like the universe's version of a reality TV show. Put a camera on someone, and suddenly they become hyper-aware of their actions. This effect isn't about being fake, it's about our innate desire to present ourselves in a positive light, especially in situations where we feel judged or evaluated. Think about how this plays out in everyday life. We might drive more carefully when we see a police car, or be on our best behavior during a job interview. The Hawthorne effect highlights the power of observation, and how even the subtlest awareness of being watched can influence our actions. So next time you feel that self-conscious jolt when you realize someone's watching, remember the Hawthorne effect. It's a reminder that our behavior is shaped not just by our own motivations, but also by the social context in which we find ourselves. Remember the Greek myth of Pygmalion, the sculptor who fell in love with his own creation, a statue so lifelike that it came to life? Well, the Pygmalion effect in sociology is kind of like that, except instead of statues we're talking about people, and instead of magic, it's about the power of expectations. This theory suggests that when we have high expectations of others, they are more likely to rise to the occasion and perform better. It's the idea that our beliefs about someone can actually influence their reality. Think of it as a self-fulfilling prophecy, where positive expectations can lead to positive outcomes. Imagine a teacher who believes in a student's potential, even if the student doubts themselves. The teacher's belief translates into actions, encouragement, support, challenging assignments. The student, sensing this confidence, starts to believe in themselves too, leading to improved effort and ultimately, better performance. The Pygmalion effect isn't about empty praise or unrealistic expectations, it's about creating an environment where people feel supported and empowered to reach their full potential. It's about seeing the best in others, even when they don't see it in themselves. So whether you're a teacher, a parent, a manager, or just a friend, remember the power you have to influence those around you. By setting high expectations and believing in others, you can help them achieve things they never thought possible. Chapter 4. Social loafing, the art of disappearing in a crowd. Ever noticed how sometimes, when you're working in a group, you end up putting in less effort than you would if you were working alone? You're not alone. That's the phenomenon of social loafing, the tendency for individuals to exert less effort when part of a group effort than when working individually. Think about a group project in school. There's always that one person who seems to disappear, contributing the bare minimum while everyone else picks up the slack. Or that tug-of-war competition where you swear you're pulling with all your might, but the rope barely moves. Social loafing happens for a few reasons. One is diffusion of responsibility. When we're in a group, we feel less individually accountable for the outcome. Another factor is the feeling that our individual contributions are less noticeable in a group setting, so we're less motivated to stand out. But here's the thing, social loafing can be overcome. Clear goals, individual accountability, and a strong sense of team identity can all help mitigate this effect. When people feel valued for their unique contributions and understand how their efforts contribute to the bigger picture, they're more likely to pull their weight. So next time you're working in a group, be mindful of social loafing. Encourage active participation, celebrate individual achievements, and foster a sense of shared responsibility. Remember, a team is only as strong as its weakest link, and everyone has something valuable to contribute. Chapter 5. The bystander effect. The paradox of indifference. Imagine you witness someone in trouble. Maybe they've fallen and injured themselves, or they're being harassed. You'd like to help, but there are other people around, and no one else seems to be doing anything. So you hesitate, assuming someone else will step in. This, unfortunately, is the bystander effect in action. It's a chilling social phenomenon where individuals are less likely to offer help to a victim when other people are present. The more bystanders there are, the less likely anyone is to take action. It's a paradox of our social nature. We assume safety in numbers, yet this very diffusion of responsibility can lead to inaction when it matters most. One reason for this effect is diffusion of responsibility. Just like with social loafing, we assume someone else will call for help, or that the situation isn't as serious as it seems. We might also experience fear of social blunders, worrying about looking foolish or overreacting. But here's the thing, inaction can have serious consequences. Every second counts in an emergency, and assuming someone else will act can be the difference between life and death. The bystander effect isn't about people being inherently bad or apathetic. It's about the complex social dynamics that can paralyze us in moments of crisis. So how do we combat this? By being aware of it. If you see someone in need, don't assume someone else will step in. Take action, even if it's just calling for help. Your actions could save a life, and inspire others to do the same. Chapter 6. Cultural lag tradition. Trying to catch up to technology. Imagine a horse-drawn carriage struggling to keep up with a speeding Tesla. That's cultural lag in a nutshell. The time it takes for a society's values, beliefs, and practices to catch up with technological advancements, social changes, or new ideas. Think about the internet. It revolutionized communication, information access, and even commerce practically overnight. Yet it took years, even decades, for laws, ethical guidelines, and social norms surrounding online behavior to develop. That gap, that period of adjustment and adaptation, is cultural lag. It's like trying to fit a square peg into a round hole. We invent incredible things, push the boundaries of what's possible, but our cultural understanding, our ways of thinking, often lag behind. This can lead to conflicts, ethical dilemmas, and a sense of disorientation as we grapple with the implications of rapid change. Cultural lag isn't necessarily a bad thing. It's a natural part of social evolution. It takes time to process new information, to debate its implications, and to integrate it into our existing frameworks. But recognizing this lag is crucial because it helps us understand the tensions we face in a rapidly changing world. So, the next time you encounter resistance to new ideas, technologies, or social changes, remember cultural lag. It's a reminder that progress isn't always linear, and that adapting to change takes time, conversation, and a willingness to bridge the gap between the old and the new. Chapter 7. For to everyone who has, more will be given, and he will have an abundance. But from the one who has not, even what he has will be taken away. Sound familiar? It's a verse from the Gospel of Matthew, and it perfectly illustrates the sociological principle known as the Matthew effect. In simplest terms, the Matthew effect describes how advantage accumulates. Those who already have resources, whether it's wealth, status, or opportunities, are more likely to acquire even more, while those who lack these advantages often find themselves falling further behind. Think about it. A student from a wealthy family has access to better schools, tutors, and resources, increasing their chances of academic success and consequently, higher earning potential. Meanwhile, a student from a disadvantaged background might struggle to keep up, lacking those same opportunities, perpetuating a cycle of inequality. The Matthew effect isn't about blaming individuals for their circumstances. It highlights the systemic factors that contribute to these disparities, like unequal access to education, healthcare, or even social networks. It underscores the importance of creating a more equitable playing field where everyone, regardless of their background, has a fair shot at success. So the next time you hear about the widening gap between the rich and the poor, the haves and the have-nots, remember the Matthew effect. It's a stark reminder that advantage begets advantage, and that addressing inequality requires more than just individual effort. It demands systemic change. Chapter 8. If men define situations as real, they are real in their consequences. This, my friends, is the essence of the Thomas theorem, a cornerstone of social constructionism. It's the idea that our subjective interpretations of reality, not just objective reality itself, shape our actions and the social world around us. Think about it. If a child believes there's a monster under their bed, that belief, even if irrational, becomes their reality. It affects their behavior. They might have trouble sleeping, experience anxiety, or refuse to go to bed alone. The consequences are real, even if the monster isn't. This applies to larger social phenomena too. If a society believes that a certain race is inferior, that belief, even if based on prejudice and misinformation, can have real and devastating consequences, leading to discrimination, prejudice, and even violence. The Thomas theorem doesn't mean that reality is arbitrary or that anything goes. It simply highlights the power of our perceptions and beliefs in shaping our experiences and interactions. It underscores the importance of critical thinking, challenging assumptions, and engaging in open dialogue to create a more just and equitable world. So the next time you encounter a situation where people's beliefs seem to contradict objective reality, remember the Thomas theorem. It's a reminder that our perceptions matter, and that understanding how we construct meaning is essential for navigating the complexities of the social world. Chapter 9. Ever wonder how some people end up in positions they're utterly unqualified for? Welcome to the Peter Principle, the somewhat cynical yet often accurate observation that in a hierarchy, every employee tends to rise to their level of incompetence. The idea is that if you're good at your job, you'll likely get promoted. And if you keep being good at your job, you'll keep getting promoted. Until eventually, you reach a level where you're no longer competent. Your skills and experience don't match the demands of the new position. Imagine a brilliant engineer who excels at designing innovative products. They get promoted to a management role, where they struggle to lead teams, manage budgets, and navigate office politics. Their technical brilliance doesn't translate to managerial competence, leading to frustration for everyone involved. The Peter Principle isn't about condemning ambition or suggesting that everyone is destined to fail upwards. It's a cautionary tale about the limitations of hierarchical structures and the importance of matching skills and aptitude to roles, rather than simply promoting based on past performance. So the next time you find yourself scratching your head at someone's incompetence in a position of authority, remember the Peter Principle. It's a reminder that success in one role doesn't guarantee success in another, and that organizations need to prioritize competence, training, and thoughtful placement to thrive. Chapter 10. Ever look in the mirror and wonder, who is that person staring back at me? Well, according to the looking glass self theory, that reflection is shaped, in part, by how others see us. It's the idea that our self-concept is a reflection of how we imagine we appear to others. Think about it. From a young age, we observe how others react to us. A parent's smile, a friend's laugh, a bully's taunt. These social cues form the building blocks of our self-image. We internalize these reflected appraisals, shaping our sense of self-worth, our beliefs about our abilities, and even our behavior. Imagine a young girl who loves to sing. She sings for her family and they shower her with praise, making her feel talented and confident. This positive reinforcement shapes her self-image as a good singer. On the other hand, if she were constantly criticized or discouraged, she might internalize those negative appraisals and shy away from singing altogether. The looking glass self isn't about conforming to societal expectations or becoming a chameleon who changes personality based on who's watching. It's about recognizing the profound influence of social interaction on our sense of self. It highlights the importance of surrounding ourselves with supportive and encouraging people who reflect back to us the best versions of ourselves. So, the next time you gaze into that mirror, remember the looking glass self. It's a reminder that who we are is not solely an internal creation. It's a reflection of our interactions with the world and the people in it. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed these fascinating sociology facts, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon for more intriguing content. Remember, sociology isn't just an academic subject, it's a lens through which we can better understand ourselves, our relationships, and the world around us. By uncovering these hidden social forces, these patterns of behavior that often operate beneath our conscious awareness, we can become more informed citizens, more empathetic friends, and more insightful human beings. So keep asking questions, keep challenging assumptions, and keep exploring the fascinating world of human interaction. See you next time for another cosmic journey through the lens of sociology.